All right, buckle up, everyone. Today we're taking a deep dive into quite an extraordinary story, Sarah, a really pivotal figure from ancient texts.
Absolutely.
And our mission, well, it's to dig into the sources, see how her journey, and it's full of surprising stuff, doubt, twists how it offers insights that still remarkably speak to us today. We'll
Mhm.
definitely look at her transformation from Sarai to Sarah. That name change alone signals something pretty big is going on.
And what's fascinating here is just how central Sarah actually is. I mean, wife of Abraham, mother of Isaac. Her significance in both Christianity and Judaism is immense,
Hmm.
foundational, really.
Yeah.
And the source material, thankfully, gives us a pretty clear, concise overview of her life.
Yeah.
Helps us grasp that impact.
Okay, so to really get the depth, we need to start right at the beginning. Her name, she wasn't always Sarah. What was that first name, Sarai, all about? And why the shift?
That's a great starting point. So she starts as Sarai, it means my princess. Kind of personal, right?
Right, my...
But then there's this divine moment. God changes it to Sarah, which means princess of many, or some say mother of nations. You find that in Genesis.
Wow, okay. Princess of Many, that's a huge difference.
It's massive. It's not just a new name. It's like a divine rebranding. It signals this hugely expanded destiny, not just for her, but for, well, nations.
And it connects directly to the promise given to Abraham.
Exactly. But it makes her role totally explicit,
But-
pivotal. It's like God saying, look, this future isn't just happening to you. Your very identity now embodies it.
Okay, and this is where, for me, the story just becomes incredibly human, relatable. The sources are clear. Sarah was barren. And when God makes this promise, she's old, like 90 years old.
90. And Abraham's 100. Just think about that.
Yeah, God promises them a child. So what's her reaction? It's not exactly quiet acceptance, is it?
No, not at all. Genesis tells us she laughs. Out loud. Maybe just to herself, but she laughs. In disbelief.
Laughter, okay. What does that moment tell us? About her, maybe about us.
Well, it's crucial. I think it sort of challenges our neat little boxes for faith figures, right? It shows even someone so central wrestled with doubt. Raw, human doubt when facing the impossible. And isn't that us sometimes? Maybe you laugh or at least scoff internally when something seems completely beyond possibility, even if you're hoping.
Yeah, definitely.
It kind of normalizes that skepticism. It highlights that universal struggle, faith versus what your eyes, your logic are telling you. It's actually pretty profound.
So despite that very human, understandable reaction, the promise happens. It's fulfilled.
Against all odds, yeah.
Sarah gives birth at 90 to Isaac.
Yeah,
And his name, that connects right back, doesn't it?
absolutely perfectly, Isaac. It means laughter.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's this beautiful, almost ironic twist.
Yeah.
What started as, a laugh of disbelief becomes this symbol of absolute joy.
So that's the real aha moment, then.
I think so. The aha
Yeah.
is that Sarah's story isn't just about a miracle baby. It's this powerful, ancient proof the divine promises. They operate outside our rules,
Yeah.
outside human limits, human logic.
It redefines impossible.
Completely. It shows our limitations, our doubts. They just don't constrain divine faithfulness. Not at all.
Okay. So wrapping this up for the listener today, what's the lasting takeaway? Sarah's legacy is huge. She's even in the New Testament's Hall of Faith. Hebrews mentions her specifically for faith, despite her age.
Right. She's highlighted because she considered God faithful, even after the laughter, even after the doubt.
So what can we distill from that for ourselves?
Well, connecting it to the bigger picture for you listening, maybe two key things. First, faith isn't always instant or perfect. Sometimes it grows through waiting, even through doubting. Her laughter wasn't the end. It was weirdly part of the journey.
Okay. And second,
Second, and this is huge, God's faithfulness isn't dependent on our perfect faith. Sarah wavered. She doubted. She laughed. But the promise held. It shows a faithfulness that's, well, beyond our own ups and downs.
it really is incredible finding such surprising depth in her story. How that moment of human laughter, of doubt, becomes this symbol of divine faithfulness and this expanded destiny.
Exactly. So maybe a final thought to leave you with. How might this ancient story about a woman's very real doubt and then this completely unexpected, miraculous birth, how might that challenge your ideas about limits, about faithfulness, especially when you're facing something that feels, well, utterly impossible?